yourself. You know, all the things people hated about Joseph was why God chose him. His brother didn't like that he tells the truth. Because those guys, they will eat their food. I suspect they were making suya with father stuff. All night the boys coming, they conspired, they sold him. The plot was so, that particular scene, ticking so quickly. Put her for pit. Oh yeah, sell him. Oh yeah, murder. Like only them came back. But when people don't discover their inherent goodness, they have a way of pulling down others. If only they also know that they were entitled to their own dream. That Joseph didn't have to die to earn their father's love. Jacob, Jacob makes the sermon hard. Because of this, like, Baba, at the end of the day, we can't afford. I want you guys to sit down and reflect over the things you have also been through. The pit. The pit. They framed you, you lost your job, and you did nothing. The pit. You know, I remember somebody was complaining to me of how they gave birth to her siblings abroad, but her did not give birth to her in Nigeria. I said, your papa blow late now because you are the first. You understand? Your papa blow late so that you came too early. So don't be saying, because when they are traveling now, she's now on the Nigerian queue. The other ones are like this, and she's looking at them and looking at all of them. So, no, my point is, you came, so, and suddenly, no, you have some, and I have some people, you have met some people that will tell you that, is it not how my father, they went and put my brother in boarding house? Or put me in boarding house. Everybody was in this, and I was stubborn. They carried me to boarding house, they were beating me. Only me suffered for everybody. Because they said my head was too strong, they want to break me. Okay. Not all who went to boarding house are broken now. You understand? And you can't continue to disempower yourself because your father put you in boarding house. Yes, it was a military school. And they did a number on you. Those military guys, some of them should face trials. Some of them, honestly, it was dehumanizing. When they tell you some of their experiences, how can you tell me to put my head on the ground and now the hair is black like I'm a Muslim? And yet I pray not on the mat. My point is, there is that side of it where you're disempowered, but any narrative that takes away your power, you must undo because Christ has undone. So, it's time for reconciliation. Jacob, I know if it was Reuben or Judah that God picked for this dream, as Joseph down there they reach, follow me. Judah will execute them. You know Judah now? It was him and Simon that went to kill an entire village because their sister, they touched their sister. And the man was now going to marry their sister. Judah and Simon went and killed everybody. Then this Judah, his daughter-in-law, that him now went and did stuff and got her pregnant. He wanted to kill her. That day, when he heard the woman was pregnant, a woman that he has not seen in months, Judah came, said, bring her. Tonight, we see the end of shame. Please, guys, this woman, she's a harlot. She's been doing stuff. And the woman brought his staff. And Judah went on there and said, sorry, I am unworthy. She's righteous than me. But God chose Joseph. This Judah would have carried all of them, cut their head. Say, you know how Nigeria say, see you now? See you? Yeah, see your life? Just the pepper people. You will form pepper them gang. So my point is, you cannot afford to be bitter. You went through those stuff, but they didn't break you, they made you stronger. Guys, if I tell you some of the ones we have had to survive, you clap. You're a survivor. You thrived. At every point in time, God was with him. We read it on Wednesday. At every point in time, God is with you. He never leaves, Pete or not. Now, Potiphar's wife, if you're a guy here, can we trust you with a sister one night? I'm talking about platonic relationship. Okay, even dating relationship. He gets into Potiphar's house. Potiphar's wife wants to make herself the icing on the cake. And, at that point in time, some Lagos, he would have just been useless. It would have been the end of a dream. You arrive Potiphar's house, you see, Potiphar's wife wasn't so bad. She was beautiful. Because he was the royal guard, the royal guard. So that type, the way you marry, Pharaoh would choose first. And the second and the third, everybody will now take. Because he was a pageant. So he must have married the first runner-up. And first runner-up is not anyhow. Jacob saw that and said, I will not sin against my God. Joseph, you only small touch, then touch you for leg. Your brain don't reason now. You understand? And the girl was like, hey! No. So in the north now, yeah, they're taking mannequins out of the road. But brother, Is it the mannequin that is standing there that is doing things? If you are attracted to mannequin, shouldn't we see a therapist? Let's put pay to this mannequin, but whatever the case, move the mannequin. Because these things are taking on human form. They are now... Guys, at the end of the day, you cannot allow anything make you bitter. Don't lose your morals. Fornication is a sin, no? It's a sin. No, it's a sin because, modern church, they think it's recreation. We're just having, it's not a recreation. It's for procreation. My point is, if Joseph had gotten there and you start messing up, you compromise, you cut corners, Potiphar would have given them sleeping to sa. You understand? And it would have all gone. I would have been happily ever after. Him and Potiphar, like there would be no palace. The world would have died of hunger. Because the dreamer got truncated. In fact, some days, I'm suspecting that why our problem is many in this Nigeria. Some of the dreamers never arrived. God put them to carry education. They're supposed to say the school that can teach our children. Only one, somewhere along the line, somewhere along the line, they carried themselves around. I went to Canada. Some of them even, because it was hard, they were supposed to be building curriculum. 3 months of no food. Hunger, they said, I beg. I know they do this education thing. And quickly, they went and hustled their way into bank and became deposit collector. So you were collecting deposit and you were giving bonus, you wear suits. But the education never saw the light of day. So think about it. Joseph had interpretation to bring a world out of poverty and penury. And if he had potted or stopped at Potiphar's house, he would never have made it. Or you enter prison and you're bitter. Say, listen, all of you are here, we don't be mates. Because I did not sin to be here. Some of you did bad things. Self-righteousness. He will not be interpreting dreams because by that would have built a wall of defense. But they actually said he was so loved in prison. Everybody wanted to be his friend. He was interpreting dreams. Even the cupbearer that became his plug in Pharaoh's palace. The guy had one dream one night. He couldn't sleep. Pharaoh said, Joseph Alpha. Joseph gave him one and gave, the butler. That one didn't make it. Because in prison, there are 2 destinations. Execution or hope. Yeah. But my point is, and the man, the Bible said, as the man came out of prison, he forgot Joseph. No, the man just said, oh my goodness, I'm out. Joe, I'm so sorry. Well, it's one of those things. Your time will come. He didn't move any motion. He didn't put any bill. Just it was there until the moment comes. God will always orchestrate the moment for your dreams. I wish I could tell you it should have happened last year. But God is never late. God is always on time. There are some things that I was desperate to enter 2 years ago, and I'm entering now. And I'm beginning to see that, quite frankly, I'm not the same guy as 2 years ago. I was a little flighty. That year. Now there's grounding. There's kabod. Yeah. I'm sure I would have made some mistakes, but now there's a lesson that has come with this. There's some maturity. The fibers have been built into you. So can you focus on the good sides? What they meant for evil, God turned it around for good. Let's close on that. Genesis 50 verse 20. Genesis 50 verse 20. There are so many scriptures. I have like 14. Guys, what they meant for evil, God turned it around for good. It's time to forgive. It's time to forgive. And I just want you to start to reflect. If God has trusted you to carry the dreams of a continent, you will bet it to. Fashion is in you. Education is in you. Is it people fighting drugs? God has given you a passion to think about how to get people out of drugs, out of depression. Even if there is no market in Nigeria, create the market. Don't be saying there is no market. Create it. Create it. Let's see. Genesis 50 verse 20. What they meant for evil, God turned it around for good. We're closing on that. Can we rise, please? We're closing with this scripture. Amen. I hope you guys are blessed. So see, verse 20. Joseph was telling his brothers and consoling them, as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good in order to bring about this present outcome, that many people will be kept alive as they are this day. Dreamers cannot be petty. So do you have somebody who is pressing your button? So you're crying that they're pressing your button. They just have a way of pressing your button. And you want God to change them. Any prayer that God will change them from pressing your button in your workplace. Keep pressing your button. Your performance report will give you. You were supposed to be on a race. They passed out on the race. They feel like they've gagged against you. They press your button. So some days the right prayer is not that God should stop them from pressing the button, but that God will make you buttonless. You were not meant to be manipulated. Your measures were not meant to be placed on. Don't give people so much power. It's because you depend on their opinion of you to function. But God's opinion of you is what is superior and what counts. Nigeria, we cannot depend on government's opinion. We have to script the nation. If you're a storyteller here, God is calling you to be a custodian, that people will watch this, whether it's Afrofuturism or it's retrofuturism or whether it's everything. God is calling you to bet a new continent. So if you are here and your dream is just about Lagos, it's too small. Africa is 1.6 billion people. And there is poverty. How do we bring people out of poverty? You can create a movement, whether it's politics. God has called you to bet a political movement. But it doesn't have to end in Nigeria. There's Pan-African. You have to think Pan-African. God is always about a continent. Like, how can these people experience? Because there's context. The black man is so impoverished about his self-esteem. We do 3 weddings. No. Only us could do. No, the cost of 3 weddings. Only a black man. Court today. Our parents will always show up. They will be at the court wedding. They will not do traditional. Why can't you use Bible at the traditional? Let's do one. Because the white, I love white, but my point is, if you do in the white, okay, you've done, some people do for self, knocking of the hand. knocking of the door. I was telling someone, person is knocking of the door. And the thing looked like traditional. It was supposed to, people, they even had alaga. Is it alaga? People at knocking of the door. They said it was small, family to family. I saw people with this thing. I said, Baba, Africa, what it do us? Always compensating. So you're spending so much. Your wedding should not burn you out. If you're going broke because you're planning wedding, you're in a pit. Yes, sir. Don't be following the cultural scripts. You're blowing everything because you want to impress people that don't care. By morning, they're forgotten. Be another shebi in the morning. Yes. So they are showing up, but they're buying gifts. You understand? And they're fighting for small chops. Saying the small chops did not pass here. I didn't eat small chops at your wedding. Be free. Be free of small chops. I saw a video of 2 brides' brother beat up the small chops guy. Yeah, and broke his head. Don't joke with Nigerians and small chops. How would you pass our side and you're saying that the thing has finished? But the anger was too much. I'm thinking, now small chops. So, but think about it. I'm just saying 3 cars. Even some, if you look at Nigerians, 4 cars, only 1 family. Okay, why? A black man just made some money, private jets. I'm not saying lifestyle is good, but some of them are just conspicuous consumption to compensate for low inferiority complex, scarcity to prove a point. That's not you. So Father, just reflect. Our prayer is that you would completely free us, heal us from every illusion that is making us feel we're not adequate, that you're not good enough, that good cannot come to you. I read a book titled The Laws of Success. The man's number 1 point was that you must believe you are worthy. The gospel comes to declare that you are worthy. The day you hear a gospel and you feel unworthy, you heard wrong. Because the gospel is a declaration of your worthiness. That God paid for you, He bought you with a price. You belong. Just celebrate. Just begin to thank God. Father, I speak to my mind. I cannot be programmed by my past. I don't live in my past. I don't live in the pit. I don't live in the pain and the betrayals of Potiphar's house. So if there's anybody here, I want to call out for a group of people here who you want to sort of like make your own commitment to say, I want to really identify today in my heart as a day to step out of the lies into the truth. As a day to just tell myself that I will no longer be programmed by the lies. I have come to accept all that is true of me concerning God. I just want you to put your hand on your chest and let's pray with you that today God's love will pierce into every space in your heart. God's love will pierce into every area of your life where you don't feel complete. You don't show up. There is no confidence. You don't have confidence. You don't have confidence. You cannot even speak. They ask you for opinion. You can't say because you have of syntax and semantics making errors. No. You write, you can't publish because you don't feel like you're good enough. You are good enough. You are unique. You are loved. You are complete. You are whole. Nothing should take away from you. Nothing should reduce you. So, Father, I'm speaking to every hand placed on their chest. Let your love pierce into every space. Let your love break into every wall. Today, Father, let your love dwell firmly in their hearts. Bring them to the full understanding of their belovedness. Open up the depths, the width, the height, the length of your love for them. Break the siege of the enemy over their lives. Open their eyes to see who they are. That you will restore the image of your Son in them. That they will see themselves as worthy, as blessed, as included, as perfect in your love, as righteous, no longer broken, no longer a slave, but fully a son in every way. Your heart, they know, nobody's know, you're constantly loving, trust me, we all put arms. I never met a love like yours. I never know a love like yours. I'll never know a love like yours. Oh, I never know a love like yours. Oh, your heart, they know, nobody's know, the one who is always running after us. You're constantly moving towards us, invading every space. Yeah. With arms wide open. I've never met love like yours. In the morning, in the noontime, every step of the way, no love like yours. Never known love like yours. I never know love like yours. Oh, I never know love like yours. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, what a beautiful Savior. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What a beautiful way you showed us. Wonderful Savior. Never known a love like you. Never known a love like you. Never known a love like you.
Can we all be seated, please? Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again. At this point, I would like to call for us to give our offerings and tithes. Some envelopes will be handed across to you, and please find the account details on those envelopes as well. And then while that is going on, please, if you're watching with us for the first time, we would like to recognize you. So please, if you could just stand up and give us a warm smile. All right. So while you're standing, a card will be handed out to you. Please fill out the card with your information. And after the service, we would like to welcome you warmly at the back. So please hang around. And please signify if you haven't gotten a white card. I think there are some people over here, Chike. All right. Okay, so these are the announcements for today. First of all, we have Fireplace, which happens every Wednesday at 6 to 8 p.m. So please do not miss it. Make it a date. We would have our prayer meetings kick off from tomorrow, July 5th, and we would have prayers every morning on Zoom from 6 to 7 a.m. So please, if you would like to join in, if you would like to receive the link and you're not in the family group, please reach out to me or Sandra so you can plug in. And then please follow us on our social media pages because it's an avenue for you to keep in touch with us and get updates on the events and activities that are going on at the tribe. Our handles are at the Tribe Lagos on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you use VPN. And then YouTube as well. Then we have our worship album Lavish, which is available online for streaming on all music platforms. And if you would like to get a hard copy, that can be purchased at 1,000 Naira at the church office. Please reach out to Sandra for a copy if you like one. And then I know I came up here earlier to speak about friends, and so I'm just putting out a call again. If you would like to be a part of the friends team, what we basically require from you is just a heart that wants to serve and a friendly smile. Please reach out to me if you'd like to be part of the team or you just want to learn more about what we do. Then lastly, the Ahava space is available on social media platforms. What is the handle again, please? The Ahava Cafe. Okay, just Ahava Cafe. Minus the just. Ahava Cafe. Please follow us and yeah, get updates. Those are all the announcements. Thank you.
Let's rise up and close. So we're starting a new class called Foundation. Foundation is very fundamental lessons on the gospel. Everything you need to know to build that sure foundation in the gospel. So please drop your name with Sandra. If you finish, please. Let's see where maybe August will start on that.
Please, let's rise and we are closing. My people, help me. Ike. Please, let's rise then. The Lord bless you and keep. Come on, you know it. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Lord, turn his face towards you and give you peace. One more time. The Lord will bless you, say, hey. The Lord bless you and keep you. Cause his face, yeah. Make his face shine upon you. Be gracious, turn it. Lord, turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amen, 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 amen. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Amen. One more time. Amen, amen, amen. Oh. say, may his favor be upon and 1,000 generations and your family, and your children, and the children, and the children. May his presence go before you and behind and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you. May his favor be upon you. And you're going, you're weeping and rejoicing. He is for you. He is for you. He is for you. He is for you. Amen, amen, amen. Amen. For your first time, we are meeting with you inside the other room. God bless you. Have an amazing week. Oh, yeah. May his favor be upon you. May his favor be upon you. And your family, and your children, and the children, and the children. Generation, and your family, and your children, and your children, and the children. They spend before and beside, all around you, and within you. He is with you. He is with you. Amen, amen, amen. Amen. Oh, yeah. No. I don't have to put me working.